Hey, Unstuckers, Josh here, as joined every week by my co-host Cel. Say what's up, Cel.
That's me. I'm Chell. Hey, Josh.
Welcome to Casual Fridays, where we take a moment to have a mini mastermind to problem solve, set goals, and keep the ball rolling on our own businesses. This week on the podcast, we talked to Sharisa Olivas on Wednesday. If you missed that, go back and check that out because she taught us a lot about marketing and branding. And of course, last week on Casual Friday, we had a special guest. So let's start with his check in and see how he did on his goals this week.
So this is from Danny.
Sure how I should send you this message, but thank you guys for the accountability. I've been starting to work out again, which feels good, getting moving, and that was one goal. And the other one is to was to begin working on Instagram research. I actually decided to start over with my Instagram account, and so I kind of took it a step further and kind of taken a deep dive into trying to get more traction with Instagram. So thanks, guys.
Cool.
Awesome. He did it. Now he doesn't have to donate money to something he doesn't like.
That also means we don't have to play a boo or a laugh track. So
That's true.
good job, Danny.
Which would have been fun. So dang it, Danny, come on. Awesome. Well, that's great. So that's one person who did what they said they'd do last week. Let's talk about you, Chel.
I did. I did do what I said I was going to do. Put that timer on, though, and then
Okay, all right,
I'll tell you about what I said I was going to do /
Okay.
dude. Cool. So if you guys recall, my goal last week was to do marketing for my webinar, which is next Thursday, the 28th, and next Saturday, the 30th. 2 different times, and I think it's gonna be good. So my goal was to work on branding. Oh my god, marketing and getting all of that information out there. Thus far, I have done a Facebook post with the link to my website, and on the site there is not only a pop-up, there is a banner bar at the top that links to the actual page where you can do it. So like you can sign up either on the pop-up if it comes up on the screen that you're on, or you can sign up on the actual page like as a link. So it's very rudimentary, and it's a very like free way of putting all of this together without having to pay for ClickFunnels, which is actually really cool because I feel like I chucked hundreds of dollars down the drain for fucking ClickFunnels for like 5 or 6 months. It was literally like $500 out the drain because nothing happened with it. Like,
yeah.
It's interesting to see what you can do on your website. So like, I think I learned from this is like really explore what you can do on your website platform that you have. Like that's a good takeaway from what I'm learning. So don't piss away $500 and see what your web provider can do for you, because I can do everything that I need, like from marketing to to the pop-up things, to creating a course, to creating what's it called, like freebies. Like literally I can do all of that just on my site. So really explore what you guys have, and if you have Squarespace, you can do all of that too. I'm not sure about on Wix. Do you know, Josh?
I think so,
Yeah, like guys, especially if you're first starting out, like you don't need to spend a ton of money on all of these other extraneous apps or services. So just think about that. So I did create marketing material for Instagram stories. I'm doing an Instagram post. So like you have those posts that take up the whole bar. I'm doing one of those. I've never done one of those before, and I'm very excited.
Ooh.
So you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I watched a YouTube video on how to do it. And basically you post 2 in succession and then you archive them immediately. And as long as you don't post anything again until you want to post that 3rd one, they will all post simultaneously when you unarchive them. So that's how you get them to show up in someone's news feed as like 1, 2, 3, bam. So I'm going to do that probably Saturday as like a big launch because I typically post today, Friday, and then my biggest gap is between Saturday to Monday. So I'm going to post the 2 on Saturday, big launch Sunday with all 3. And then I also created 2 marketing videos on Canva. Didn't realize you could do that. Did you know that you could add music and movies in Canva?
Really?
Dude,
Nice.
mind blown today.
Nice. Well, look at that.
Yeah. So I made MP4s for that. Took some slow-mo cooking shots, added them to that, and like, I think this is some pretty legit marketing material, man.
Nice.
So, although I must say, I told you last week that it was like kind of a struggle bus for me to get started on all of this, and like mostly because I've never done a webinar before, so I feel like I'm just super overwhelmed.
Right.
But like, honestly, once I started doing it, I'm like, why was I scared to do this? This is not that bad. And like, even though I had it broken down into steps, I was still, I think, just like unsure of what I really needed to do and accomplish. But once you're in it, it's cake, guys.
I always find that to be true for myself too. If I'm starting something new, there's the resistance of like, is it going to be a pain in the butt? Because I also have to learn how to do it besides just doing it. It's like it adds that layer of resistance. Like, oh, there's a lot to do there.
Yeah. But I think now that I have like 99.9% of it set up again for like another webinar, I could probably do these monthly, realistically, like monthly launches or like monthly topics, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know how much I want to give away in a webinar and like keep reinventing that wheel, but we'll see.
Well,
so
see
I think that was just, yeah, definitely. I think that was a good learning experience. So this next week, I'm going to have to do a full push on Instagram. I don't know whether or not to like, I mean, maybe people I've had recent conversations with, I can be like, hey, I don't know if this is of interest or not, but I would love for you to come to this complimentary webinar, maybe something along those lines. I don't know if that's really appropriate to just like straight up DM people, but I don't know. Your thoughts?
I think it's okay. I think you should, because it's like free content, it should be easier to do than what you were doing before, right? And so since you've theoretically got a lot of conversations that have started but fallen apart at some place or another, I think it's worth DMing pretty much everyone you've gotten in contact with that hasn't become a customer and say, hey, just wanted to let you know I have a free training coming up, and because it's free, I thought you might be interested. Blah, blah, blah. Unless the conversation is like they're not interested in this at all. If they're all a prospect, I would, and since you've already done the work to start a conversation, I would just hit them up.
Yeah. And like, I had mentioned it to someone last week and she's like, oh my God, yeah, like totally send me the link when you have it. So I ended up doing that as soon as I like created the link. So I know that people are interested out there, but like, because of the Instagram algorithms, I'm sure I don't come up for them all the time, which is why I try to be as active on their profiles as possible. But like, I don't understand the algorithm, man. So I think it is really important to just be like, hey, like, not sure if this is of interest, but like, it's free. Give it a shot, maybe, if you're interested. So I think that might be worthwhile to just start DMing people that way.
Absolutely.
I think the revelation came 2 weeks ago when I needed to find my own voice, right? Remember when I started posting fuck on Instagram?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
I think it's still a work in progress to do. But I revised completely my About Me page. I think I talked about that a little bit last week. I had done the homepage. Now the About Me page is totally different on my site. A lot more me, a lot more customer focused, lot more customer focused. So that's really exciting and really taking them through that like mental journey of like where they are, where they want to be, and I'm the resource to get them there. Right. So like that's kind of the pathway there. I talked to my business coach last night and apparently I'm still not 100% there with it. She's like, oh no, like for this webinar, like you really need a more catchy name, like really inject your personality into it. I was like, okay, cool. So I was like thinking on different names last night and like, like people are just like gluten free. That's how I say gluten free anyway. Do you say it like that? No?
No.
Oh, okay.
You're unique. Well, you're a unique little unicorn, Cel.
Excellent. So I say like gluten free, soy free, air free, water free, So I was like, recipe free, because like I don't use recipes. So I thought that'd be funny. So the first one that I came up with is actually, I'm recipe free. But I felt like, right? I think that's hilarious.
I don't know if that's going to come across and land just reading the title, but knowing
Totally.
the joke is hilarious. It's just a way to like get the title so that it always lands. It always comes across and is
Yeah.
read by that person in their mind that way. But it's great.
If I could say it like that and like have the title speak for me, that'd be hilarious. So I ended up doing it like OMG, it's recipe free instead.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of actually I thought that was way funnier.
I think it's
but
great.
It's fine.
I think to help it land, if anyone doesn't get it, and right under it, it's like, are you gluten free or da 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 free or da 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 free? Well, I'm recipe free. That way, it's like if they don't get it, they just go,
Yeah.
okay, what is it? Then they go, I get it.
Recipe free.
Recipe free. That's great.
Yeah. So I injected more of my personality into it, and I was just like, dude, like fuck it. If people don't like what I'm writing, then they're not for me. End of story, right? Like that is what it is.
Absolutely.
So just got to be myself. Question for you though. So because my webinar is super hands-on, I'm also using StreamYard. So I haven't played around with the platform yet. That's actually on my list of things to do for tomorrow or today, I guess. What's up, Penny?
What's up, Penny?
So that's on my list of things to do for today. Mail time. So play around StreamYard. Do you know if you can import like pieces of like a PowerPoint or like PDFs into it and like show that on the screen periodically rather than just giving someone a straight up like PowerPoint presentation? Because like I'm cooking. People need to see what I'm doing, I can't just be doing a PowerPoint.
Yeah. Do you need a PowerPoint at all?
I was thinking maybe for testimonials, maybe. I don't know if that's really necessary, or maybe just telling people stories.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be worth doing for the end. Maybe the beginning too. I don't know the answer to your actual question. I assume so. I think I've seen people who use StreamYard do that. Like
when we were on the Authority Project, if I recall, he had like a whole like introduction.
Right. And I think that was just like side loaded on StreamYard and you can press it.
Okay.
And I think I saw a variety show in December, a local theater company did online. I think they used StreamYard and they had like title cards between acts. So I think there's a lot you can do there, which is essentially putting on a PowerPoint, drinking it off, right? So I think that's all doable.
Okay. Yeah. And I mean, I don't really need a ton of pictures, but I think having testimonials that someone can read really quick while I'm saying something could be helpful, Yeah.
And if most of the course is watching you cook, then transitioning the slides for a little bit will just change it up and make it more interesting.
Exactly. And then I think giving them...
My mom's dog is here, and I'm not sure why.
She wasn't there when you started recording?
That means my mom is here. So stand by, YouTube. We're going to come right back. Okay, so my mom is here, and she just came by to see the new gate I built, and her dog came in the dog door and said hello. So that's what's up. The joys of working at home. That's like the first time, other than Penny barking at the mailman, that I've had a true like working at home interruption because I don't have kids walking in or anything. Anyway, where were we?
I think we were talking about StreamYard, but I think we got that all figured out. So StreamYard to Facebook, and then it's a public Facebook group, so y'all can watch it. And I think it's gonna be fly. So I'll give you guys an update on how the first one goes at least next week.
Yeah, where do we sign up, Cel?
You sign up at wellnesscucinallc.com, and there is a bright yellow bar at the top of the page. Click on that, and you can sign up.
Dang, that easy. Awesome.
That easy.
Everyone who ever wanted to cook better should totally do it.
Yes.
In my opinion. That's my opinion. as a testimonial listed on your website. Unless you took it down. Did you take down my testimonial?
No, it's
I'm
Josh B is definitely still up there. And
I'm
I'm
not a
actually going to
busy
use you in my
mom.
webinar too.
Yes. I'm not a busy mom though, so I don't know.
No, but you are a busy millennial,
It's
so I
true.
feel like that counts.
It's true. Um, so one other thought I had before we get to meet, is there any contacts you've made in your niche or in podcasts or in just other businesses that could share on their socials your webinar and stuff?
I have at least 2 moms, like entrepreneur moms, who could do
Sweet,
that for me, if not
sweet,
3.
sweet.
Yeah. So what do you think? Just DM them, ask them if that'd be cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
I think like when I launched the podcast startup course, I sent it out to a few friends who I knew were like just friends who were active on social media and said, "Would you mind sharing this on your wall?" and
Yeah.
a few of them did, and that was great.
Cool.
So free marketing,
That's the goal, man.
Awesome, awesome. All right. Well, have I got a firestorm of activity to report on for you?
Cool.
You ready for this?
Super
Da,
ready.
da, da, da. Okay, so one, um, as you were saying, do what you can on your own website instead of buying more tools. Hello, Penny. Would you like to comment on what's going on, proceedings? She never has anything to say when I actually ask her to speak up.
She just needs her own podcast.
Yeah, let me kick her out real quick. This is going to be the most disjointed YouTube video. Okay, you ready for the firestorm of activity I've been doing?
Super ready.
All right, here we go. Number one, you were saying do things you can do on your website. I also had the same epiphany this week, which I will get into in a minute. So that's exciting. One, I said last week that I really hoped my ads would be out that were being set up at another company, but I couldn't control it. So I hope so. Just moments ago, moments before we started recording, they emailed me, it's up, it's ready, it's launched. So that's cool.
Nice.
That's out. I have to check on it. I literally just got the email and started recording, so I have to go look at it. But theoretically, it's there. So that's great. And then the thing I could control, I was going to set up 2 co-writes. I not only did that, but I also went through all of the songs that I have had in various stages of songwriting with co-writers that have just been completely dropped. Some because they disappeared, and some because I disappeared last year with all the divorce stuff. So I blew off all the dust on all these projects, and I emailed and Facebook messaged and texted all these co-writers and said, "Hey, I'm back. I want to finish this. What do you want to do?" And so I just sent out a flurry of emails. Some of them are like, "Great, let's pick it up." Some of them are like, "I'm kind of busy right now, but if you want to take it and run with it, great," which I'm also cool with. And some of them haven't responded quite yet because I just sent out these emails last night. But um, very, very exciting. There's a flurry of activity again on the music front. And I got a new co-writer locally here in Albuquerque who I've collaborated with a few times, but not on songwriting itself, just on other music stuff. So we're getting the ball rolling on some new songs and projects there too, for the purposes of TV and film, which is uh, a definite goal of mine that I've definitely dropped for like a year now. So time to get
Cool.
back on track, because I'm feeling creative again. I feel like the podcast startup course was like a way for me to be creative, like my creative self, without being really artsy, which I just couldn't really do in my mental state last year. But I've
Yeah.
been coming back, so I'm ready to get back into that. So that's exciting. And I did what I said I'd do. So no money for you, American Nazi Party. How about them apples? Um, okay, so a few things. One, YouTubers might notice there's a little logo here over my mic for some reason. I put it here because I was on a Zoom networking meeting this morning, and I thought, well, let me backtrack a little bit further. I learned that the little logo icon cartoon character man for Pringles has a name. His name
Huh.
is Julius Pringle. And I thought, that's funny. Hey, wait, my guy doesn't have a name. And so if you're watching on YouTube, you can see my little new logo, which is like a little face, little winky face and a power button logo. And I thought, oh, he needs a name. So as the meeting was starting this morning, the networking meeting, I printed this out, taped it to my mic so that it was on screen, and told them the story of Julius Pringle and said, my guy needs a name. So they came up with a lot of options for me. I think the winner for a first name is Winston, because that's just
Ooh.
a fun name. Um, and then a lot of other contenders were like Spike, I assume because of this, Mr.
Mm.
Click, like Mr. Clean, but Mr. Click. So I'm kind of leaning towards Winston Click at this point. But if any of you
Ooh.
unstuckers have any ideas, any variation of that, or anything completely different, um, you're more than welcome to message me, email us, and I will take that into consideration. Because for the heck of it, this guy needs a name. Not really important, but I just thought I'd update you on that.
My
Okay.
mind immediately went to New Girl when you said Winston.
Oh, that's true. Yep, that's true. Um, okay, and so the ads are up, songwriting's going well. Okay, so big thing I did this week that relates back to what you were talking about using your own stuff. So I took a course, a little mini course within that networking or that ad based community, the same people that set up my ads and whatnot that I bought a membership to for at least a month. There's a mini course inside that called the 4-Day Cash Machine. This is by Frank
Hmm.
Kearns, if anyone's interested, to give out proper credit. And I was like, I'm interested in making cash in 4 days. Let me look at this little series. And it's basically for people who have an email list already. So if you have contacts, any number of contacts already. And the basic overview is you give them something for free, like generally like a video, maybe a PDF, something you already have, and you go, hey, I got this free thing, and you email them, go get this free thing here. The trick, and he's said this a lot in other courses I've taken with him, but he really hammered it home here. The trick is not to send one email. The trick is to send 6 or so emails over the course of
Hmm.
4 days.
Oh,
So
wow.
what I'm doing, because as he put it, you either want them to click the thing. The point of the email is to get the click, right? And then if they go to the thing, that thing should sell something else. Um, and so what you're basically doing, this is like a sales funnel campaign. So first, I'm just free. Here's a free thing. It doesn't say anything about a special offer or anything else.
Yeah.
Um, and and I send that basically twice a day. Now, the fancy like automated tools, like Infusionsoft, some of the email programs out there, they can do this automatically. I'm going to be doing this manually, at least for this run, because like you, my epiphany was, I think I know a way I can do it all manually. It takes a lot of
Yeah.
time. If this works, I can invest and set this up to take less of my time. But for now, I can just try it for free because I have an email list. I don't need any more ads to grow an email list. And so I emailed them this morning, my entire like 600 person list, and
Wow.
said, hey, here's this cool free course I just made, which I did just make, right? I haven't really emailed the list and said, hey, take this free course. It's awesome. I just kind of like
Yeah.
included it in the newsletter as a footer, and like that's about it. So this email was just, hey, I made this. It's for you. And they said, take it. It's free. And that's like basically the copy.
Hmm.
After we record this, I need to send my second email of the day. And all I'm going to be doing is changing the subject line, the first sentence, the image, and the rest of the copy stays the same because
Hmm.
it's basically explaining the course. And as he puts it, if they didn't open it the first time, why are you changing the copy? You're just
Yeah.
adding extra work, right? Um, and then what I'm doing manually is I'm going in and looking at how many people opened it, how many people clicked it, and how many people signed up for the mini course. And I'm
Oh, wow.
removing those people so they don't get another email. They don't get 6 emails if they've already done the thing, right?
Nice.
And so basically, I'm going to try and do all of that. And my question to you, but let me explain the rest of this and see what your answer is. My question to you is going to be, do I remove only the people who signed up for the mini course before I send the next email? Or do I remove all the people that clicked because therefore they saw the page and they maybe chose that was not for them or something? But also maybe they just saw the page and got distracted. So maybe it's worth another email. Don't know. So that's where I vary, because my thing is like a sign up for a mini course where his explanation was like, I just have this video on YouTube. So if they clicked, you assume they saw the video. I know they haven't seen the video because they didn't sign up for the mini course. So that's where I'm kind of wavering on that. But anyways, the rest of this is going to be that. So for the next 3 days, 2 emails a day. Just here's a free thing. Look at the free thing. Take the free thing. And then I stop. Anyone who never opened it or never clicked on it, maybe, goes just back into the general pile. I leave them alone. Everyone who signed up for the actual mini course, it's a 4-day drip course, right? So I'm going to allow 4 days to pass after my last email is sent. So everyone's had time to theoretically go through it. And at the end of that drip course is an offer for the full course, right? And then I do 4 days of emails next week that's, hey, special offer on the full course, and reminder, special offer. And it's basically the same system, basically the same email, some minor changes, but it's as soon as they sign up, they stop getting those emails. So it's a lot of manual check-ins before you send the email. And if they don't sign up at the end of 4 days, they just go back into the general group of people who haven't purchased yet for the next thing. Wow, that's loud.
Scared the shit out of me, dude.
All right, that was good. That was good timing, though. I wrapped it up right then.
Oh my God.
So, my basic question to you, based on all that, like he's saying, like, don't worry about annoying people because you're just giving them free stuff, and then you're not annoying the people, or the people who clicked or purchased the thing get annoyed with the special offer because they've shown interest. They're warm, right? Versus
Yeah.
the people who do not show interest. Therefore, leave them alone. We'll try them again next time. Either the timing's not right, or hopefully they've unsubscribed because they're not a fit.
And I think you should leave them in, the people who clicked but didn't go to the mini course. I think you should leave them in. Because if they are annoyed by it, like you just said, they will leave at some point, right? They can unsubscribe at any point. So yeah,
So leave them in
let it ride.
the first bit where I keep telling them to sign up for the free course. Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking. And then for the second bit, I was thinking anyone who clicked or signed up for the mini course, I'm going to sign them up for the second part. So if we have any listeners out there who are on my list, if you're in the mini course, you're not getting emails right now. If you're not in the mini course, you're getting emails right now.
Dude, I got an email. So you guys aren't alone out there.
There you go. Even Cel got an email.
I liked your subject, though. It was very simple. It was literally just please read, period.
Oh yeah. That's another point I learned. Let me look up the
super simple.
The notes. It's first name, please read. So the point of the subject, this is how you write subjects. The point of the subject is to get you to open the email, right? Point of the first line, because most email programs preview like the first line or so of the email. Point of the first line is to get you to open the email. Once the email is opened, the rest of the email, the point of the email is to get the click, to get them to do the thing you want them to do, right? And then you go from there. So that really helped me like solidify. It wasn't just like, I'm going to write an email and like, I was like, no, the point of the subject is to get them to open. So my first one was, first name. So like, Cel, please read. He went through, this was like taken directly from him. He was like, these are the things that have always worked well. Like, first name, please read. First name, exclamation point. First name, this is for you. Like, and the funny thing is, right after going through this course, the next morning he started launching a new course, and I'm in his funnel, and I saw Josh, please read. And I was like, and then I read his email and it was the exact format. So even though he made the system like years ago, and I was just watching the videos from it, he's still using the system today to sell a $500 course that he's
Wow.
pushing right now. And I'm like, it's very simple and clearly it works. So I thought, here's a way to not spend money and try a
Yeah.
different tactic. So, my every instinct in my body is like, no, I don't want to annoy people, but I'm really like going into or finally learning, finally absorbing the what Frank Kern and other people have said of like, you don't want a bunch of people on your mailing list doing nothing. That doesn't really
Yeah.
help you. You want them to take action, either unsubscribe because they're not a fit or buy the thing. It's like, that's true. That's true. So I'm leaning into that because like it would be a waste of all the money I spent getting this list if I didn't try to sell to them. So that's what I'm trying.
Good shit. I think that's
Yeah.
a fantastic tactic.
Yeah. So we'll see. So by next week, I will, as we record this next week, I will be just starting the second round of emails to the people who showed any interest whatsoever.
Cool.
So it's going to be a lot. Like I've got it in my calendar twice a day because I have to like go in and go who clicked, who opened, who signed up, take them off or put them on different lists somewhere, and then send the
Yeah.
next email. So it's going to be a lot of manual stuff as opposed to what everyone touts of just like, oh, just take an hour or two, set it up, put it on a schedule, and forget it. Like that's
Yeah.
going to be nice if it works. I can buy the
Someday.
software that makes that work one day, but not today.
Yeah.
So
Excellent.
yeah. All right. So goals. What's your goal this coming week?
My goal this week is to actually get a system down for myself on reaching back out to prospects on Instagram. So having a schedule of like when to reach out to mom podcasts in particular, when to go through my list and kind of weed out who I haven't been talking to or who hasn't been responsive. So having a better schedule for that and not just having a schedule for posting. In addition to that, in that same scheduling mindset, having a schedule for when I repost other people's stuff. And that can be competitors, that can be like other mompreneurs, other mompreneurs. Psh, I'm not a mom entrepreneur, mom entrepreneurs, things of that nature, but like reposting their content so that they also then repost my content. So having an actual schedule for that.
Nice. Yeah. So scheduling and system. Great. Okay. My goal is similar in the music realm. I want to schedule or I want a system and a schedule of what I want to do to keep the music thing rolling forward and not lose steam this time with hopefully no momentous life changes on the horizon. We'll see. Knock on wood. And so I'm kind of thinking like I want to try and either write or record a demo for one song a week. And that means like a lot of moving parts will happen all the time. But at the end of every week, I want either one new song completely written or one new song completely recorded and produced.
Wow.
That's kind of loosely what I'm thinking in my head. And if I'm spending enough time moving a bunch of little music projects forward, then I should be able to make one thing have get to completion every week. That's my loose like off the top of my head, but I want to kind of develop that system, plug it in my calendar, how much time I'm going to spend on these things to make something that I can stick to. So that's one thing. And then
Cool.
yeah, the second thing is I'm just working on this newfound system for monetizing my email list. Finally, hopefully. Oh, and by the way, the special offer is for now is that it's right now it's been on sale for all of January, $97. Usually, I took out all the like office hours stuff that I did for my December stuff. Um, and now it's just the video package and email me if you have questions, and it's $37 in January.
Cool.
So it's like 62% off. So that's the special offer I will be marketing and pushing next week to the list. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So there you go. So hopefully, my goal is to just not let that fall apart. I've got the plan for that. I just got to follow through, basically.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. On that note, I forgot to say as we introed. I know again this is not a political podcast, so we got a new president
We
uh,
do.
this week. That's exciting. Um, and for policies, I'm open to disagree with anyone on policies forever, peacefully. but but I will just say something that's just warmed my heart, and it might piss some people off, but I don't care. Is that, in my view, America just picked a boy who stutters over a bully as its leader. And I think that fucking warms my heart. So,
That's a great way of looking at that, too.
yeah. Smart, caring boy who stutters is now our leader. And I think that's fucking awesome. So, with that, I wanted to be that to be at the beginning. Totally forgot. So that's a wrap on Casual Fridays. If you got a question for us on Casual Friday, email us at unstuck. I'm going to start over. YouTube, you get to see what happens when we mess up. If you're on the podcast, you're not hearing this. Ooh. That's a wrap on Casual Friday. If you have a question for Casual Friday, email us at unstuck.institute@gmail.com or hit us up on Instagram at unstuck.institute. And if you haven't already, download our free PDF Lifebook to keep the ball rolling on your own productivity. Get your Lifebook today at unstuck.institute/Lifebook. We'll see you all next week. Have a great weekend. Bye, y'all.
Bye, Unstuckers.